I remember the precise moment my life began to unravel, the crushing weight of disbelief settling in my chest like cold stone. It was a Thursday evening, one of those days that felt routine, safe, almost comforting. I had just wrapped up at the office and stepped through the door, expecting to be greeted by the familiar warmth of her laughter or the aroma of dinner cooking. Instead, what I heard was a soft jingle of keys and her voice, low but clear on the phone. "Yeah, I'm just heading out for dinner. Nothing serious," she said. Her tone was casual, clipped like a line she had rehearsed too many times. I froze in the hallway, phone still in my hand, torn between stepping forward or retreating, praying I had misunderstood. "Just dinner?" I asked quietly, almost a whisper, though inside I wanted to shout. "Yeah," she answered without even looking at me. Nothing to worry about. The silence that followed her words rang louder than anything I'd ever heard. My gut twisted. Something in the way she said it, the studied calm, the lack of warmth, set off every alarm in me. That night, I tried to smother the unease with logic. She's had a tough week. Maybe it really is just dinner. But by midnight, dread had swallowed reason whole. The house sat still, and the dim glow of the streetlights revealed something near the door. Her bags. My chest tightened. She wasn't supposed to be back until morning. And these weren't carelessly packed bags like she usually threw together for work trips. They were neat, deliberate. My heart pounded as my thoughts spiraled. None of the explanations good. Moments later, she walked in. Her smile was thin, forced. "Hey," she said, as if nothing had happened. I didn't reply. I only gestured toward the bags. Her eyes flicked down, her throat tightening. "It's just dinner," she repeated. I laughed, but it came out sharp and empty. "Dinner? At midnight? With your bags by the door?" My voice cracked despite my effort to stay composed. "Come on, Laura. Don't insult me. Do you really think I'm that blind?" She froze, her mask faltering for the first time that night. No, I cut her off, feeling the dam inside me burst. "I don't want excuses. You made your choice, and I guess now I've made mine." My hands trembled as fury and heartbreak collided. "It's just divorce." The words came out final, unshakable, and I meant every syllable. It wasn't as if I hadn't suspected before. I'd noticed the way her gaze drifted elsewhere, how her phone suddenly mattered more than I did, how she vanished for hours with vague explanations. I had tried to chalk it up to stress, to exhaustion, but deep down I knew. And now, with her bags on the floor and that practiced smile fading, there was no denying it. We had built a life together, or so I believed. 5 years of marriage, 2 houses, a dog, friends, plans, a future. And she had dismantled it quietly, methodically, as though she knew exactly how to destroy it piece by piece. "Laura," I said, my voice low but shaken with rage and grief. "Who is he?" She blinked, feigning confusion. "Who? What are you talking about?" I let out a bitter laugh. "Don't play dumb. I know it's not just dinner. I know there's someone else." Her silence was a confirmation I dreaded yet expected. My stomach turned. The life I thought we shared suddenly felt foreign, like I'd been living in a museum of lies. I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered, her voice fragile. It just did." I shook my head, stunned at the simplicity of her betrayal. "It just did? Do you even understand what that means? What it means to me?" Tears welled in her eyes. "I didn't want to hurt you, I swear. But with him, I felt alive. I thought, maybe we could figure it out later." I pressed my hand against my forehead, the weight of her words crushing me. "You thought?" My voice came out broken, torn between disbelief and agony. "You thought it was okay to burn down everything we built because you felt alive? What about me, Laura? What about us?" She flinched, whispering, "I know I ruined everything. I didn't plan this. I don't know what to do." I inhaled sharply, my decision heavy but undeniable. There was no forgiveness left, no chance of repair. "You don't get to figure it out," I said quietly. "I tried. I waited. I ignored the signs because I wanted to believe in us. But it's over. It's just divorce. Her lips trembled. Divorce? You're serious? Yes. The word left my mouth like a hammer striking steel. You chose. Now I'm choosing. I'm done living in a house full of lies. I turned away before she could answer. The rooms that once held our laughter now felt like a cage I couldn't escape fast enough. Her sobs echoed behind me. A sound that used to pull me back, now only proof of the chasm between us. The days that followed blurred into paperwork. Phone calls, legal meetings. I uncovered things I never wanted to know. The hidden texts, the secret nights, the lies woven into our daily life. Each revelation cut deeper. But clarity came with the pain. The fog of uncertainty was gone, replaced by brutal truth. Friends tried to comfort me, but their words rang hollow. They couldn't grasp the depth of betrayal, how it tainted every shared memory. Meals, plans, whispered I love yous, all of it sour with deceit. At night, I paced the house, retracing moments, searching for the point where I might have stopped it. There wasn't one. There was only the woman I loved, now a stranger. And yet, beneath the heartbreak, a strange freedom began to take root. Anger, grief, betrayal. They lit a fire inside me, one I hadn't felt in years. Her choice, as devastating as it was, had broken a life I clung to out of routine, not happiness. Weeks later, at our final meeting, she sat across from me, smaller somehow, stripped of the facade she'd worn. Is there anything left to say? I asked. She shook her head, tears streaming. I'm sorry, she whispered. I never meant. I raised a hand. Save it. The only thing left is to move on. We can pretend the past never existed, but we can't pretend you didn't betray me. Let's just finish this. The papers were signed. Our house, our memories, our marriage, all divided by ink. As I left the courthouse, I carried a mix of loss and relief. She was gone, but I was still standing. For the first time in years, I felt like myself again. That night, I returned to quiet home. The silence no longer haunted me. It was mine. No more half-truths. No more lies. I sat on the couch, watching the streetlights flicker through the window, and let the tears fall. Not tears of betrayal, but of release, of acceptance, of letting go. A part of me would always ache for the life we might have had. A part of me would wonder if she had ever truly loved me. But I no longer needed the answer. I had learned the hardest truth. Love cannot survive deception. Trust, once broken, can never be rebuilt the same. Sometimes the only way forward is to speak the words you swore you'd never say. It's just divorce. And so I did. In the months that followed, I rebuilt. I rediscovered passions I'd buried, reconnected with old friends, relearned how to be alone without being lonely. I didn't chase revenge. I didn't wallow. I just lived, day by day, reclaiming the parts of me she tried to erase. Every so often, when the house was still and the night quiet, I thought of her, her bags by the door, her lies, her betrayal. But instead of breaking me, those memories reminded me of something greater. My resilience, my strength, the truth that I would never let anyone diminish my worth again. Because betrayal is sharp, but freedom cuts deeper. And no matter how deep the wound, healing only comes by walking away. I walked away, and for the first time in years, I felt whole.